Yo, what is going on today, guys? We have the official trailer, or at least the English version. Obviously, the other one was official. Let's see if the translations were actually right, because obviously, I haven't seen the trailer. Obviously, we've seen the cards. So let's just watch it, bro. Let's just see what happens. Oh my god, it is loud, bro. It is loud. I mean, first off, dude, the just the visual effects on the trailer, they always just look really sick. First off, oh, yep, 150. I mean, it was pretty obvious, like, Ho and Lugia are gonna be like accurately translated. Yeah, so those are correct. Also, it's just phenomenal, but as someone who loves Gen 2, it's just so sick. I really love the art on them. Yep, 2020, obviously. Looks like those are also correct. Oh, I think Espeon was 30 damage or 30 HP instead. Okay, yeah, I mean, you're just sick. Now let's see the main things. So first off, let's just go to Pichu. Let's just go to Cleffa. Take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched basic Pokemon. Has to be a bench. That is something you gotta remember. And remember, these are no energy, so you don't need energy to attack. They're basically just an ability, but obviously, you know, they end their turn. I think Pichu, I kind of didn't talk about it that much in the previous one, like when it was the leaked or like the early trailer from the Italian side. I think it's a very strong attack. The problem still is we are in a 3-point game, 30 HP. There's like so many things like type null flipping aheads. We have Zorora going first. Even if you go second, you might not be safe for a turn. Then Cleffa, obviously, you know, it's just a turn 1 Shiinotic. So I still think these cards are strong. The problem is, I think the downside of giving your opponent like a free point or a very easy way to score that free point might just outweigh the positives on their attack. So that is as much as I'll say. Obviously, maybe Pichu, it is worth sacrificing Pichu. I think Pikachu might be a little bit better than Cleffa, but we've seen how strong stuff like Shiinotic is. So obviously Cleffa is more generic, but there could be like a really cracked lightning type in this set. Also, something to specify is that Pichu does not say it has to be to an electric Pokemon, only a basic Pokemon. So you could possibly use Pichu in something like a Dragonite deck with pure water. Obviously, you know, who knows how good that is actually, but it's just, you know, something to spitball. Next up is the support cards, because I'm kind of curious if the support cards are translated. I guess we have Gyarados real quick. Discard any number of bench. It's literally translated correctly. Okay. Let's see. Umbreon, once you return a Pokemon into the X spot, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage. Yeah, okay, so that ability is correct. Yep, so Espeon was also correct, except it's actually 30 damage instead of 20. So I still don't think Espeon is that good. I just feel like, why would you be playing this over Sylveon? Because not only is it 2 psychic energy, like healing 30 is not going to be that game changing, like especially with 140 HP. Like the 10 extra damage with it. I just don't see you running Espeon personally, but maybe there is some synergy with some new psychic types that Espeon can take advantage of in the new set. So I'm not going to say it's going to be not played, but as of now, just looking at the cards that we do have, there's just really not a reason to play this over Sylveon, because using Sylveon, pairing it with some stronger cards is better than just having Espeon trying to heal something in the back. So let's see if the support cards are accurate though. Switch your active Pokemon that has damage on it with one of your bench. Okay, so these support cards were completely wrong, bro. These support cards were completely mistranslated, bro. Completely mistranslated. So we have to talk about them all again. Completely mistranslated. Okay, so we have Lyra. Switch your active Pokemon that has damage on it with one of your bench Pokemon. All right, so it is essentially a way to just swap out for free. It does not matter about the retreat cost. That, yes, that is going to be a very strong ability, because we have seen stuff like Stoke. I feel like the main decks I'm like thinking of right now are like Stoke Charizard, so you don't have to basically waste energy retreat. You could like use this, and maybe they still have enough. Maybe they want to take a little bit of damage, and maybe you want to go to like a different Stoke one, so you could like have like 2 of them ready to attack whenever. Obviously, there's way more applications because there are a lot of Pokemon that have like 2-3 retreat costs. Yeah, I think that is pretty powerful. Is it going to be one of those cards that is going to be like a mainstay? No, it's going to be in those certain decks, and I feel like it's going to be a strong attack or like a strong support card. We have Silver. Your opponent reveals their hand. Choose a supporter card you find there and shuffle it into your opponent's deck. So right away, silver is going to be a staple in every single deck. I'm just going to say this now. I think people are going to play silver over Mars because Mars is a random. Silver is going to be, I'm going to look at your guy. I'm going to look at your hand. Okay, you don't have the Cyrus. Good. I'm not going to lose the Cyrus, but okay, well, you have a Sabrina. So the reason that silver is going to be a mainstay is that it says choose. It is not like Penny. It is not like all the other support cards that are random. You look at your opponent's hand and you choose a card. It is essentially, if you guys have played Pokemon, not Pokemon, but Yu-Gi-Oh, it is triple tactic talents, bro. I almost didn't say that right. So this is a phenomenal support card, and this is game changing, absolutely game changing. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you are not using this in your deck on day one, you are throwing, because this is going to be the same situation as when Mars came out. People saw Mars like, there's no reason to play Mars, and then Mars became one of the biggest staples in the game. I'm telling you, hands down, silver is broken as someone who's played Yu-Gi-Oh. And just been playing Pokemon Pocket. We have Rescue Scarf. Rescue Scarf, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put it into your hand instead of your discard pile. Okay. I am not too sure about the applications of this card. Obviously, in certain situations, like if you are, I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't know really what you would be playing, because if you put it back in your hand, how are you really going to charge it back up? I think the main card that I'm like thinking the combo is going to the best is Oricorio, because Oricorio, like, you really want a third copy sometimes against like Dark Rhytina, because they do chip you down. So I think the main card I'm seeing is Oricorio being paired with, but I don't know if they really would. Besides that, it's a strong ability, adding it back to your hand, but like, would you really play something like this over like something like a Rocky Helmet or a Giant's Cape is what I'm like kind of like thinking in my head. Then we have Elemental Switch, which is move a fire, water, or electric energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So this is essentially a Dawn for those specific 3 types, which means stuff like any of these cards get a huge buff. I guess my bad. I should actually move myself. I am blocking a little bit, but it is move a fire, water, energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. This essentially is going to buff those 3 types. It is going to be a Dawn, but an item card. No, I think this card is phenomenal. I think this card could be great. I think it's gonna have. I think we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see how good this card is, because I think it can be very strong. It's just one of those like cards, like we have it and it's like we just gotta play it first. But I do think it is a very strong, because it is an item card. If it was a supporter, I'd be like, maybe not, because like, we do have Dawn. Dawn is seen sometimes. It is not the most used card and like the most amount of decks, and obviously it's generic, where this is an item card. So I do think people are gonna play this, and I think that is everything. Okay, yes, that is everything. I'm very hyped. The trailer does look phenomenal. I just look at this, bro. Just actually look at this. No, this is crazy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open up Twitter. We're gonna open up the Pokemon websites. We're gonna see if they, because every single time there's a trailer, there's usually some more info / cards that are revealed. If not, this will be the end of the video. But let's go check.